Welcome to the Better Over Perfect YouTube channel, where we bring you functionally beautiful products that help you plan for better, not perfect, in your everyday life. This is a personal size Foxy Fix Spice Thyme. It is leather. I've used this for over a year now, so it does have its wear and tear. It is definitely very rustic and well loved, as you can tell. It comes with a back pocket, which I love. I have adapted mine and stuck a photo pocket actually back here because it has wonderful adhesive to it. So a photo pocket back here. And what I do with it, so I left these out so I could show you, is I slide my upcoming months or weekly, daily inserts in here. So I always have inserts with me. I also made a smaller one to hold my middles, this is part of everything in the week system. It's called the middles, and that will be available. By the time you guys are watching it, it'll be available on the website. So you can just go to betteroverperfect.com, go to the shop, and it'll direct you to where the inserts are listed. So this is my everyday carry. And what my definition of everyday carry is a little bit different. Everyday carry for me is everything that I possibly might want for me personally as a mom, homemaker, wife, and business owner to be with me. Things that I personally want to track, things that I'm interested in. It's not necessarily a place that my family will go and look. I have a different planner for family viewing that stays on the counter. So this really is personal to me. It is my everyday personal. So that's why I call it my everyday carry. But there are days where I open it up, I just look at it once, and then I'm in my business planner because I am working the majority of the day. So, but at the end of the day, I will always come back to this because I have things that I write in it every day. So I thought I would go through it and share with you how I have it set up for this year. So let's get started. If you see some movement, I am on the floor. So if I need to move my legs, you might see those come in and out of the camera. I apologize. If it blocks your view, I'll make sure to not move forward until the vision of the video is clear. So up front, keep it very simple. I just have a very quick notepad. These are available in our product line, Kinley's Doodles. So you can go to that part of the shop and you can pick these up. They are pre-punched, so they're ready to go in holes if you would like, but they are stuck together. So I use these for quick notes, for things I need to add in a section, but I'm not ready to commit it to that insert. I will put it on this and stick that there. So I'm not losing the information that I wanted to capture. A bookmark, and then behind the bookmark, I have if found, please contact. I've just used this craft little jar because, of course, it's cute. I love it. I probably picked it up, I think, at the dollar section at Joann's or Michael's or something like that. Picture of our house, bookmark if I need it. I love these because they're pre-punched, they're ready to go. This is from Webster's Pages. I don't know what they currently look like. This is an older one. I think I've had this one particular bookmark for like 6 years. I love this bookmark. And then I just keep Post-it notes, and usually there's like receipts or little inbox things that I need to deal with. So that's what's in the front pocket. You'll see that this still has some firmness to it because of the inserts in the back. If you were to remove and not carry anything in the back, this leather really is pretty floppy, but still keeps its structure when it's layered. So it's gorgeous. Now, if you're just starting off planning or you don't have it in your budget, I don't suggest going for leather first. I never suggest to go purchase a leather planner right away. Start in a size that you're not going to have to put a large investment in first. Make sure you love that size and you're going to stick with it for a long time because these are an investment. In my personal opinion, and this is coming from a mom of 5 living children, the oldest being in college right now, the youngest being 2. So I'm doing college and diapers at the same time. Great planners would be Webster's Pages Color Crush. Carpe Diem has ring planners. You can find ring planners on Amazon inexpensively. So just know what you're looking for, your measurements, and then whether or not it's in worldwide measurements or US measurements, you'll still be able to make sure you're getting the right thing. So personal tends to be right about 3.75 by 6.75 are the inserts, and then the outside could vary depending on how much allowance, how much allowance they allow for overhang and such. So this is just starting off with the dash. This is actually the front part of a card that I cut apart, and I added some sparkly foam stickers to it, so completely handmade. And I just layered it on top of one of our dividers. You can now order dividers along with your Doodlebot subscription, or it can be a standalone subscription, so your dividers could actually come. It's a very smooth, slick, laminated type paper, so you don't have to laminate over top of it. They're very thick, very durable. They will hold up until your next months come, and probably even past that. I keep mine and I use mine from time to time in different times of the year. I'll switch out, or if I'm just like, I want to try something different. So they're great. Or you can purchase them as a standalone product. They are available. So let me remove. I forgot I left some. This first section, I use this very thin type of transparency paper as another type of divider or dash in my planner. I like that it provides a division between dashboards, dividers, and paper, so I know that things are protected. I also like the look of it. So this first section is where I put ideas, thoughts, kind of like a little brain dump. This is being revised and will be emailed out to all newsletter subscribers this Sunday, and then from here on forward it'll always be a freebie for people who sign up for the newsletter. This part I made up on my own, so you'll get a blank one. Like I said, we're reformatting it, different flowers or patterned or whatever. Haven't decided yet, but I wrote out what my mission and my desire was for this planner. I want it to have a purpose. Everything that I use has a very specific purpose, and I like to remind myself why I'm putting time and investing money, time, and energy into this beyond just writing a list in a spiral bound notebook or on a pad of paper, because let's be real, that's really all it takes essentially sometimes to get things done is a list that you're not holding in your head. So I wanted to really make sure I stayed focused on what the purpose was. So it just says, it is my mission and desire to provide an organized layout of our family's goals, plans, and memories by setting aside time each week to gather thoughts, information, and evaluate what is needed. I'm sure it could be better worded. I could add more to this point. This was last year, so we'll see what I come up with this year. Hasn't hit me yet. So it's just going to be planning prompts. This no longer exists. Chaotic blessing has become planning for better. We merged and combined. See, there's a foot. Told you guys I had to stretch out. Hannah from Kinley's Doodles and I merged together our companies and became Better Over Perfect. And we have our product line. So we have the Kinley's Doodles lines, which is the Doodle Box, Little Darlings Box, Katie Kits, anything that's a product, a functionally beautiful product to help you with your planning, stationery, card making, whatever it is that you're using it for. That is what Kinley's Doodles is. Planning for Better is our insert productivity line. So you combine those all together and you have Better Over Perfect. So these will be going out. So you have, these are planning props, different things that you can plan, lay out in your planners, things, an area where you can add your own. See, I found a mistake I need to fix. Extra lists to consider that you may want to track or record down, keep somewhere. This is not a have to. You don't need to record all this stuff down, you guys. This is just to spark your creativity, your imagination, to bring some additional function to your life. This is just a help. This is not a Bible, okay? So 2 pages of extra lists to consider and inspirational brain dump prompts. You can go through this and say, okay, holidays. All right, what do I need to record down about upcoming holidays? Is there any Nope. Okay, cross that off. And then you can go, all right, vacations. We do have one. I still need to make that phone call about our vacation in June. So this is just really just to help spark things that have been on your mind that you've forgotten or that you're not recalling right that moment, or that you actually can remember, but you knew you need to have more details. That's there to help you. So like I said, this will be free. It's being revised. And just one of our pockets. This was in November's Doodle Box, I believe. I love it so much. What I love about it is it's patterned on the front and the back. So I just use some of my clear adhesive with this big, huge, handy dandy. this is this is my tape gun, you guys. It's an ATG Scotch tape gun. You can literally just look up ATG and you will be able to find it. If I'll link it below. This is the second one. I have two. I have a red one and a pink one, and I swear by these. I love them. They're so easy to use. Are they big and bulky? Yep. But this is not what I carry with me when I'm doing like planning on the go. I have smaller ones. This literally is one that I just keep at my desk when I'm doing this kind of stuff. So pocket here with the picture of my grandmother and me. And I have this here because she recently passed away. Gosh, I don't know what the anniversary is. Oh, wow, but it's special to me. Just an inspirational photo, special groceries I keep up here. And the reason why this section is what it is because we are in my list section. So see how this kind of really just kind of leads into list. It goes all together. So special groceries that I look for, try to find on special or I have to order online. Another list of things kind of ongoing, things I've gotten done, things I didn't want to forget. This is the collections insert. I like to use little different inserts for different things. So this one in particular I used for collections, winter projects. So we could do customer follow-ups, wish list, makeup, things to do. See, it's just a random thing of collections, like things, pen recommendations, quote. Nothing fancy here. How to do this was actually the summer, but there's a lot of things that I put on here. This was more of like a brain dump list of things that aren't necessarily urgent, just at some point in time in my lifetime. Some of it was specific to a certain time. Those have been recorded down other places, checked off and such, but it was one of those times I was sitting down and just getting everything off of my head. This is filling up my jar. This reminds me to make sure to take time for myself. Some of the things that I like to do to refill my jar, I like to put makeup on, get some sleep. And I change these out periodically. And these are just a piece of pocket right here. And then vellum words. This came all in a box when I was doing the traveling blessing box. And I've just kept it in here. So hint, hint, you might be seeing something similar to this coming sometime really soon because we are in the process of developing products, which is so much fun. This is a really old list, but like I said, it still has a lot of stuff that I like to think about and maybe do one day, so I don't want to get rid of it. You know, you have those lists like that. Just more different lists, projects, house projects to do, things that eventually we'd like to buy. Vellum with our bow series. Love this. I love this. All right, who doesn't love vellum? Book recommendations, another long list, binge-worthy shows. See, so it's just really my list collection. So that's why I have it in here. Songs that I love, or if I hear something and it just really hit me, then I'll write it down here. Acetate. See where these loose pads come in handy quick. Another thing that I do is when sometimes I'll keep this because it was special. Like, you know I did this for Kindle and I need to go write it down someplace. So even though these things are done, I don't want to forget that I did this. And I need to spend time to write it down when I did it because it's a memory that I want to keep. So that's why that would still be in there. Just see, more list. This is one of our planner flares. This is one of our exclusive planner flares. This was designed and produced. We had it manufactured on one side. I can't see the camera. I'm sorry. It's engraved on both sides. This one in particular says list it. So of course I have it in my list it section, and we have another one that says today, which I typically use to mark my spot for today. And especially in my journal. I love these in my journal. I also love using these as bookmarks for the books that I'm reading because they have a low profile. So it comes with your engraved charm and a bead, and there's options for different color paper clips. So that is always available in the shop. Those are called planner flyers. This particular insert was just a free insert with the November's Doodle Box. We offer free inserts now with your Doodle Box subscription. You get an entire digital kit of the papers, the die cuts, and a free insert designed just for that month that you can keep on reusing over and over and over. It's forever yours. So, and if all the sizes. So if you do decide you're changing, you can go reprint this in the size that you are now in. So that's always awesome. So just some more lists. Of course, I have a little one, so, you know, they get in the planners every once in a while. So you get the point. More lists, lots of lists. I love lists. Can you tell I love lists? Okay, so this is kind of another section, but still kind of relates to lists, but this is more the things that are tracked, and it says yearly, but let me kind of clarify. Yearly is tracking things that may happen in occurrence of once a year, twice a year, every 3 months. So I put a lot of that type of information here, birthdays, things that I look at as a whole, more so than broken down month by month by month. So this is, excuse my dog who is outside right this moment. I'm sure you can hear her on video because I am recording right next to the outdoor porch. So, okay, so that's my section. So of course, the 2019 folder. This is our holiday visitation schedule. So I keep that so that I have that for reference. And then this is what I was talking about. So this is different types of tasks that need to be done throughout the year, but they're more on a rotation. So it's not something I necessarily need to be seeing every single day. And I will check it every month, but it's not even something that I'm going to really be concentrating on every single month as well. So that's why it's not in my monthly section. So these are tasks around the house, things, different things that need to be done, cleaned, checked, done. It's an ongoing list, and then it's color coded. This insert is called the yearly monthly tracker because you can track things for an entire year. Like you could just do, you know, whatever your tracking is, and you do it once a month and you can track for the whole year, or it could be something that you do and you need to track it monthly. Do you see what I mean? So it's kind of like this whole year at a glance, monthly combined together. Okay, next one, I use the same insert, the same task, yearly monthly task tracker for my subscribe and save list. So these are the types of things or things that I have purchased either currently or in the past or on a recurring basis from subscribe and save, so I can keep track of how often we're using things, ordering it, running out. So this is an ongoing, you don't really see the full effect of how valuable this list is until the end of the year. So this also helps me really keep track, so I'm not purchasing something that I actually don't need, because on a budget, I really need to be just focusing on what is it that we need this month. Or I know that we go through this a lot. So I'll put sunscreen on here if it's not on here, but sunscreen should be on here. So sunscreen, say sunscreen was on this. I know that we're going to need a lot of sunscreen come April, May, June, July, August, even into September. So in March, I may circle this and say that I need to start ordering it so that I have it available. And then come June or July, I may not need to order it. So I'll put an X through because I have plenty. So this really just kind of keeps me on track, and I'm not purchasing things I don't need, and I'm purchasing things that we actually do. So these stickers came from See Amy Draw. I asked her if she would do them. I love that she did. So I combined the box with her little tab and shopping, just so it's an upper one. Okay, and then some more acetate in the plastic divider. Then comes my monthly section. I did the layering effect again. I used some vellum that I had, die cuts from the January Doodle Box, and then some accents that I had in my scrapbooking stash. Again, another pre-made, you can get these dividers. This is where we start the monthly section. Monthly section is really things that I am actually right here. This is where I spend the majority. There we go. This is where I spend the majority of the time of my planner. So between monthly, daily, weekly, all of this is together because really, in all honesty, I'm touching this every single day, even if it's in the monthly section. It's just, I separate it based on my view and where I want to organize it at. So my tracking for the month, a lot of my tracking is right up here up front because I can just flip to it. So this is my personal, where I'm putting my focus in different areas. I have my daughter's asthma tracker and health tracker. This, I'm a little bit behind for 2019, but this is our family health tracker. I will show you guys later on how I set that up. And then our family monthly activity tracker, different things that take up good portions of our time during the month, or things that I want to make sure I have scheduled and dedicated time to, will go on this list. So for example, right now we're in basketball season. So basketball, my children have visitation, any traveling we might be doing, appointments, our family reading schedule, game nights, date nights, deep cleaning, because we do some type of deep cleaning every month, and then movie nights. So things that we want to be very intentional with, or that will take us away so that we can schedule this. So I just go through and I block off time frames. Okay, so within this section is my next section. So I just made a little, I don't even know, page marker, miscellaneous stuff. I don't know what it is. Another plastic divider. And here you can see Oliver peeking around the corner. Doesn't it look cute? He does. He looks like he's peeking around the corner. This is Oliver. If you haven't met Oliver, he is our trusty little owl who helps remind us in a very cute, fun way that responsibilities still have to get done. And I will show you that in one of my weeklies because I used him recently so I could show you guys. So here is a dashboard. This is just a dashboard from January's doodle box. I added some of the washi because this is marking where my monthlies are, and this will stay. It's one of my favorites. So calendar, this is a month on 2 pages is what I use. This is our new version. This is the classic series. So we are utilizing every possible space on here for you. So I just go through and I do a very quick monthly layout. This is just to be a very quick, this is not a lot of detail, especially we'll record down if we have to be out of the house. It will not really record things that are happening inside of the house, or why plans might have changed. So like I will go through and write in no schools, because then that'll make sense to me later on when I come and look my weeklies, like why didn't things get checked off? Oh yeah, that's right, because we didn't have any school. Cancellations and such. I just went through and tabbed them with these small PVC tabs. Stay tuned. We do have some products coming soon, but if you can't wait till then, I have these linked there, and I will link them below. They are in the products that I love, and you can find those there. They come in several different colors. I chose the green because obviously my planner's green. So part of my monthly is that I go through and I have a system, and I will go into more detail in a later video of how I actually plan out my monthlies. I do an audit at the end of the year, and then I do audits every single month. So I will go through and explain what all these are, but the key is you keep these every single year. So that's the key. At the end of the monthlies is a spot to include your highlights. As the year goes on, you'll start to see how I record these. I loved how I did it last year, and I'm going to do it again this year. So January will be coming soon. And then this is throughout the year. I can write forward planning for the upcoming year. So then we just divide. The next little section is future planning. The reason why that's here is because that affects my monthly planning, birthdays, anniversaries, and any future planning that we've done for projects upcoming. This is just a little pocket. The youngest, when she was a baby, I loved this was in, this was actually some packaging. And I repurposed the packaging because I love the wood, and it was really durable. So all I did was I put a Target adhesive pocket on here. I went ahead and put washi down the side, and I just cut it right there. So it's a pocket. And then I attached a piece of vellum to the front of it. So it would still have some dimension. And of course, this is just a die cut journal card behind this and the photo. So very simple, but functional because it can hold sticky notes. You could put your, pad of paper. If I made it just a little bit. Oh no, it's just getting caught on the edge. So your pad of paper would go in there. Just keep on getting it caught on the edge. Sticky notes, receipts, other stickers that you want to use. So this is my future planning. Again, this is more of a library type pocket. Die cuts added on, a piece of vellum attached to the top part, attached to vellum. So I use the year to glance pull out for future planning. And so it's color coded. Purple is birthdays, blue are anniversaries. And as the year goes on, I'll put other things. Vacations will get scheduled out. The other things will get on here. But right now, this is just birthdays and anniversaries. And so what I do is, instead of having multiple pages to keep track of people, I use this, can look at it and say, okay, in December, I'll look and say, all right, I need to, text these people. I can put them on my calendar for the weekly, or I send card, or I'm calling, because not everybody is a birthday card person. Some people I'm going to physically call them. Some I'm just going to text. And then I make a list and break it down per month in here. And then I tuck this in here and fold it over so I know it will stay all together. And that's how I keep track of those things. This is a forward planning. This is an old format. The new one is coming soon. So I will go through that soon when it comes out. There are things that I don't want to show on camera right now. So forward planning, key, essential to planning, in the sense of, if you're not doing it, you really should. But we'll talk about that in another upcoming video. And this was a list that had to do with our forward planning, so I kept it there. As well as this, it has to do with forward planning because I needed to keep track of things for cheer for the upcoming year. This was last year's list, and I could just put it in my forward planning section. And so if it's in this section, it has to do with upcoming forward planning. It could be this year, it could be next year, it could be 2 years from now. If I need to keep it, it will be in this area. So then my next is really I say daily, and this is because I physically am touching this every single day. So it combines my weekly and daily, but I say daily because I'm in this every day. This is where I need to be daily. And inside of it, I break it apart. So I have my weekly section. This is, how good I can show this because I didn't finish filling it out yet, but I will show you when it's filled out. So this is the monthly intentions insert, which will be coming soon in not this release, but the next upcoming release. And so it's a place for you to put your focus for the month, your goals, how you're going to reach those goals with your action steps, and your projects that you want to focus on. There we go. Your projects you want to focus on for the month. So they're right there laid out. And then the things that you are actually really, really focusing, tracking. Maybe it's something that you need to do specifically on certain days. Maybe it's your work schedule. This is just kind of a real quick month at a glance. A lot of times I will use this to show where my husband was plowing, or where he's going to have the days off. Like if I know that, say if he has a week here and he plows 3 days in a row, then I can come in and mark that he'll have a day off. So maybe we can go do something fun for the kids, things like that. So I'm a little behind as far as January goes, but because it's almost February, but it's been a very busy January, and this won't hold me up from continuously using and moving forward. So I definitely stress that about planning. Just because you haven't written it down doesn't mean that you're not actually working on whatever it was that you're putting down. So don't hold yourself so strict to all this. You guys, this is something to help your life, to help it function a little bit more smoothly, to provide a little bit more calmness and ease in your life, because you're not holding on to all the information in your head, but it is not law. So just take it with a grain of salt. Have fun with it. But remember, this is all about improving and making your life better, not perfect, right? Better. So this is the week on 4 pages, which we conveniently call the weekly digest. So it opens up and you have a month at a glance. So you can just kind of go through and write things down. Then you'll have what your focus is for the month, of more of personally your purpose, your priorities, and things that you're practicing, that you're working on. And then here's how it is laid out. So you have a column to write your victories throughout the week, or at the end of the week if you choose, or you can just cover that up and use it forever you want. I designed these so that this bottom section is whatever you want. You can put your daily tracking, your water. I put my meals down here, but you really can use it for anything you want. There is light lines. So if you want this, also everything in a week also comes in a week on 2 pages format, if you like that format too. So just kind of lay it out. Some weeks are busier than others. Some get more planning done than others. Some get less, like go from that to that. Big, huge difference, but that's okay. And then this is what we call the middles. This is part of the everything in the week system. And so I didn't completely fill these out because I wanted to show them to you at the same time. And I will do a video all just on these coming in the next couple weeks. But you have your sheet for your routine habits. If you purchase them in TN form, they're their own signature. So they aren't cut off. They are actually a full width of your signature size. If you are doing ring planner, they are shortened so that you could still see your week and easily flip back and forth. So you have your routine habits, whatever you're doing. You have your daily clean, weekly clean section, your master to do, your move to next week, an area for your brain dump, meal planning, scratch pad. And what I'm not showing here is you have a shopping list. And the reason why I'm not is because we already used it. So you'd have your shopping list, which is double-sided, so that you can just take this part to the store with you. The other thing I do that helps me out a lot is I cut slits in almost all of my inserts, especially ones that I'm going to be pulling out, moving, writing on a lot. I just do that so it's easier to write on, move them around, and put them back. Plus, doesn't that sound awesome? Let's just listen to it. Okay. It's just such a pretty sound. So that's kind of how I lay out. And then at the back of it, January, I was finishing what I had for 2018. So you won't see this here, but normally this is where I write just a line of memories for the day, one line very quick, and then one very quick line of gratitude. It's something just very. So just a really quick glimpse. I do more extensive memories and gratitude in my actual journal. Then you have a place to do your monthly review. So the priorities that you accomplished, the practices that you actually need to improve. Maybe you got really great at your morning routine, but you noticed that your mid-morning area needs to be worked on. So you can say, okay, that's what I'm going to work on next month. And productivity to move forward, those tasks, those things that you are currently in the middle of, what you're going to move forward. And then an area, just like in planning out your year, things that you need to move forward in upcoming months. So my next section is my routine section. So I just have a little divider. This is actually a card that I turned into a pocket. This is from the artist Morgan Swank. So I just turned this into a pocket. I carry around some of the ones that I'm using a lot. There's Oliver. doing his, this is him picking up the house. Obviously I have a lot of those because we do a lot of pickup with 5 kids, doing the dishes, washing clothes, and then the cozy one. These are all offered in the shop if you like them. I know I'm telling you stuff that's available, but you guys ask, and so I want to make sure I cover it all. This is a little routine thing that I'm working on, so I have this in here. I love little mini paper clips, don't you guys? They're just so cute. But I love sticking things together, and then I just can grab it. I know it's all together and the pages aren't flipping around. Cleaning routine, you can put anything. I usually typically have a lot of notes in here on things that are working for our routine, that's not working for our routine, different routines that I want to maybe just kind of define a little bit more. I will throw in this section. It's the beginning of the year, that's why there's not a lot here. As the year goes forward, this section gets a lot thicker. Just a quick list of things that at any point in time you can declutter today. I love having lists like that because it can kind of spark my mind to say, oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I need to do that. A lot of these things are different chores and tasks. Sorry guys, we need to readjust. Let's readjust because legs are falling asleep, back's hurting. I'm giving you all the good scoops. So a lot of these things are also quick little things that I can give to my children if they want something extra to do. So they're really excited, they want something, and they're like, is there anything I can do to earn some money? I can always pull from this list. So that's always fun to do. So, and a lot of times these are things that need to be done over and over. Junk drawers always need to be cleaned out. You can always go through textbooks or books, wrapping paper, puzzles, coupons, things that just kind of pile up throughout life. So I keep on adding to this. And daily checklist, I'm going to revise this for you guys because I have a really great one, but this is kind of how I start a lot of my lists. This is just a free printable that I got from Rad and Happy. I love her energy. So I just kind of really put this in because it makes me laugh. Some days it feels like that as mom, right? As long as everything is exactly the way I want it, I'm totally flexible. Isn't that like that's our plans wrapped up in one? A daily layout. I use these when I'm having a day where I really need to focus, or if we're doing a lot of running around, I'll lay out my day. If there's just life is chaotic and I feel like I need another level of structure outside of what my normal structure is in following my routine, because I have a pretty tight routine that I do. It's not time oriented, but it's situation oriented and task oriented with built-in triggers throughout my day. So I really don't need my day written down for me, except for when it's going to be way outside of the norm. Especially with doctor's appointments and stuff, I'm like, all right, you have to get ready in the morning because you're not going to have time, because you have to work today, because you have to leave at a certain time, because you have to go to a basketball game. And I say have to because I want to and I need to, and that just helps me in my terminology. I have to get this done. There is no exceptions. You cannot make any excuses. You have to do this. And it's wording in my mind that helps me. So I will use daily layouts. And what I do with daily layouts, because they do come dated, and I don't use them a lot, is I just cover it up. I don't care. I just cover it up. Because this is last year's in June. So this has been reformatted just a little bit for this year, and those are coming soon. So you just have more daily blank dailies. I'll keep a few in there. And then this is my personal section. This is really just, oh, I never stuck that down. Got to come in there. Stick that down. So this is really personal to me. Goals that I am working on that I want to reach, or things that I've thought of that I'm like, oh, I really want to try that. So like this one was make dinner in the middle of the day, then rewarm it for dinner time. Massive slaw salad prep day, make bone broth weekly, make a repeatable meal plan. So things that can help me reach some of my goals, I like to put in this section too. I removed the pieces of paper that had my goals on because they were very personal, but honestly I just use a piece of paper and write them down. But this is not where I go into detail about my goals. I go into detail about my goals in my wellness journal. My wellness journal has lots of personal goals, health, some overload, unload, and I'll go through that. I did kind of show the front of it on Instagram the other day. It is in one of my posts. You'll see it. You're welcome to go check that out if you want to see what I'm putting in that. So that's that. Then this is going to be this year's budget section. So there's nothing written in here yet. This is actually, I'm using February's. This February's free printable will have my budget. I don't really need an insert at this point in time for this, because right now I'm just going to be going through and writing things down as I'm spending it, or things that I can think of that needs to be incorporated into the budget so that we can refine the budget that we are currently working in. So I will update you guys on this as we go forward, because this isn't the final. This is the working in right now. Then I keep a section for projects. This is where I keep project information. This is a current project that I'm working on, so that's in there. Another one. See, I like these type of bookmarks. I love this one too, because this one has a ruler on it. This was from Doki Books. This is my note section, which is exactly what it is. Just notes. Different type of notes. Maybe it's just really quickly a whole bunch of inserts I needed to print off, webinar, things that I've listened to, a podcast I wanted to take. I took notes on when I had this in front of me. Some things I want to hold on to, I'm making things for, so different notes of that nature. Then I have a very quick section right here to put business notes, working notes, ideas. I like to have something small that I can keep as I go throughout my day, because I don't always have my business planner with me, and I come up with a sketch or I see something that inspires me, I want to put it down. But I don't want it to be mixed in between all of this other life stuff, so I have it separated in my planner. So I have a spot to put resources. This is really great if somebody mentions something and says, oh, you need to check this out, or make sure you email this person, they might know, or I see something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want that for designing. So that is great. And then ideas, and then this is where I do a lot of like drawing things out. I'll keep it within the box or 2 boxes to sketch it out. Then I keep a huge stack of notebook paper, and the reason why is because I go through this a lot. Constantly, the kids need something to write on, or they want to play, or they're bored. I know I can pull out of here always, or if I'm in a meeting, and I always have something to take notes on. So this really, honestly, is probably the thickest section of blank note paper, because that's how valuable it is to me in my day-to-day life. So I will pull from here, and then I can just pull and put it in the section that it needs to go in. So I always have a ton of this available. And as this part starts to fill up, this is one pile that will end up back here, and I will keep it available back there. Then my last section is really my kids / family section. So I keep, of course, photo I printed on vellum and laminated, and then put just some little rub-on accents. I love rub-ons. They are amazing. Rub-ons are the equivalent to today's like vinyl. Like rub-ons are my equivalent to today's vinyl, because they've been around for forever. I've used them in art for like the longest time. I just love them. So, see? Notebook paper, child's drawing. It comes in handy. I'm sure she was spelling something out here. In this section, I keep a gift ideas or shopping needs. You can see this is a little, well, actually this is pretty current as of the 1/18, but she is technically still wearing that size. So these will be updated this month. So I make one for each of my kids. If it is particular like birthday and I'm getting somebody, they'll have a little bit longer list, and I like to refer to this as I'm going, as I find things on sale and clearance. I can be like, oh yeah, they're wearing this size. I have a really hard time remembering all their shoe sizes for some reason. So that's really, really helpful to keep here for the kids and for my husband. Things that I see that I really want, and this is a great thing because I can just pull it out and hand my husband and say, here you go, here's my current list of what size I'm wearing, what I really want and need. So this is not just gifts, it really is needs too. So if he's heading out, I can just say, here's all the girls. This is, so any one of us can actually go shopping. So that's nice. So, and then I just have a page lifter with a photo and adhesive pen loop. And then guess what? Just a little bit of like more notebook paper because I love them so much. And back here, I just keep a few things that I really love and hold on to, just little bits, nothing really that I'm going to touch because obviously this pocket isn't as accessible as the front one or the top ones, especially when you've got a plain chunky. It's a chunky monkey, right? So that currently is my 2019 setup. Like I said, there's a lot in here that we will be going into detail over the next couple months. You can be looking forward to that. I'm so excited for this year. We have so much planned for you guys, and I hope you follow along with us. It is just such a great year already, and we're going to continue with it. So stick around. Come on board. Ask any questions you want. If you need anything, you want me to repeat something, if you have an idea of a video that you want, throw it in the comments. Always, you're welcome to send us an email. Currently, our email is betteroverperfect2019@gmail.com, while we're in the mix of transitioning everything over. So, but yeah, we love to hear from you guys. So just let us know if there's something that you need or you want more clarification, or you just like, hey, can you show that in more detail? We would love to do that. Again, we're excited for this year, and we can't wait to just show you all the things that we have coming for you, really to help make your life more functionally beautiful every single day, with the sole focus that we are focusing on being better, not perfect. So until the next time, you guys have a wonderful day. You're the best.